Like I say, my men's is all on us, men.
I think that mentality is needed for our community right now. I'm sorry. I think so. Just based on the chats we was getting today, I think that mentality is needed.
What mentality is needed?
It's all on us to fix it. Like it's too many men, like how the man was saying, why y'all net what's wrong with blue collar guys? If y'all just think about it's on y'all to fix it, just have that mindset. Y'all are the leaders of our community. When white men had to get their wife out of whatever's positions they was in, they took accountability. Who's running our country? A white man right now. You know what I'm saying? With a whole bunch of white men. They got together. Y'all, that's y'all job. It's time
Well,
for
see,
y'all
I
to
think
get
that's,
together and get our community somewhere. Come
but
together,
see,
and I want all
die,
y'all to have a fix it type mind frame, not just towards your wives, but towards your community. When you see a woman on the street, give her the same respect that you feel like you want to be given to your wife and to your
Right.
daughter. And the same thing for
agreed.
the women. I don't care if he's lower than you. I don't care if he's a crackhead. I don't care. Give the respect where it's due. We need to fix our community. And if you know better, do better. Be the
That's
bigger person.
Well,
that's what
can I
I'm
just
saying.
say something, Di?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that, and maybe you could correct me because maybe I interpreted the wrong way in terms of saying that's the way that you feel that men need to think that is all on. Because I thought he was saying it's all on us, and meaning it's all on us men. We need to take accountability for everything, even if the kids are messed up, even if the girlfriend is messed up. And I don't believe that to be true. Accountability has to come on both ends, and we can't necessarily compare again in terms of what white people do, because I think that that's partly why we in the position that we're in, is emulating or doing the things based on their culture. They have a very individualistic mindset, and our culture, original culture, was not like that. It has
So
always been community. That's why we talk about it takes a village to raise a child. It
so
has never been about
But
individual.
mistaken. The reason why I say that is because if you focus on your part, it'll get done. We as women, we gonna feel like that regardless. Even if he's feeling like that, we gonna be feeling like, no, we got some responsibility too, and we gonna do our part. If they focus on their part, I
Right.
feel like everything else will come into place. The wife you want, the child you want, the community you want, the job that you want. You have to take responsibility for that entire aspect of the as the leader of your house. And I feel like women should feel the same way. When my husband is unhappy, I should feel like it's my accountability. When my kids are unhappy, I should feel like it's my accountability. And you can do your part and he'll do his part. But when you so focused on, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you tend to miss out on doing your part. That's all I was trying to say. It wasn't
Okay,
so
gotcha.
more so like, don't worry about holding other people accountable, but that's part of making it your responsibility. I got to hold my wife accountable. The dishes ain't done. My kids' grades is low. I got to hold I got to make sure I'm holding them accountable so they're holding themselves accountable. That's the role of a man. It's just
I
the
think
role. You know what I'm saying? When you have that mentality, you open up yourself to learn so much more. I feel like I just as a woman and just knowing what men can do and who they're supposed to be in our community, if I can adapt this mind frame as a woman, why isn't our men doing the same thing?
I think that the issue too is I think people are in such disagreements on how that should look, right? I think we're so different in so many ways that we're bumping heads on how this coming together would even look. We don't value the same thing. We're just so it's like apples and we're trying to gango with oranges, and it's like chaos.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
And that's a
But
part of the
that's why I
problem.
said take accountability for the things that you want in your life that's not going right. Once you take accountability for that as a person, whether you're a man or a woman, you can get somewhere. That's all I'm saying. Just adapt to that mind frame and stop trying to always blame the people around you. But you surrounded yourself with these people. I had to learn that. I surrounded myself with these people who's problematic. I surrounded myself, even in this low community, the part that I'm in right now. Once I chose to surround myself with different people, I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as what everybody said it is. Like I'm now choosing to use the resources that's around me. I couldn't be like, oh, I'm just tired of all these black people in this hood and they always cussing, they always fighting, they always doing this. But when I did something different with my time and surrounded myself with different people in the hood, I'm like, oh, that's not all that this has to offer. Now my life and my circumstances and my everyday just look different because I took responsibility for where I was surrounding myself. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Take full accountability for where you're at and try not to blame other people.
Yeah,
Die, I feel you.
I think if we focus specifically as men or just as a community, if we focus on raising the bar, there will be a level of accountability that people will have a choice to accept or not that will help bring positive outcomes for the Black community. But like if we focus right now, what I see like online and social media is like accountability is just shaming people. That's not helping anything. We need to be like looking, it's more and it's reactive. We need to be looking more proactive. And like I said, raising the bar is going to lead to those outcomes, but it's going to force people to like change things that they're very comfortable doing. Like we have to get to that level, and empathy. That's what I was going to say about what AP was saying. It's like we have to, if we get to a place where we can really prioritize empathy from, within men to other men, men to women, and women to women and things like that, and then focus on solutions that raise the bar, that change the status quo, break the status quo, discourage the status quo. I think that's how we do it.
Yeah, because some people just see some people as a lost cause. Some people don't even think about solutions. They're like, nope, they're like this, too late. Like, they're fucked. I'm like, no, they're
I'm
not.
gonna be honest, some of them are.
Yeah, some of them are.
Yes.
We have
But
to
not
be,
those that's actually still trying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even though they trying might not be bringing success right now, as long as they're still trying, they still have a chance. That's how I
Right.
see it.
D-Rob says, yes, Miss Pretty Die is solely on us Black men. We control everything. Therefore, it's on us. Now, see, I'm not really sure. See, that's how, in terms of interpretation, I don't know if he's being serious or if it's like being facetious.
No, that
What's
comment.
facetious mean?
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm not
no.
really
That
sure.
comment is 100% serious, especially when you couple it with the previous comment that he posted. Facetious is kind of like tongue in cheek. Like you're trying to be funny and trying to be funny, cute, all at the same time. It's just like condescending at the same time. Is
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
yeah. And he's not being facetious. I literally think he's being serious, and to a degree, I agree. But at the same
Especially in
time,
America.
the one thing I want to point at,
They barely let white women get anywhere. You think
back
they're
to
going to
my
let Black women get
back to my brother, is shaming is the purpose of it is to A, point out the negative behavior. B, it is hopefully going to get that person to actually accept responsibility, because you can't get to accountability without responsibility. Now, to your point, when shaming doesn't work, the next thing you must try is empathy.
Yeah,
But
no,
I would
empathy should be
argue that you
first.
need to. I would
Say that
argue
again, Miss Taken. That was so toxic.
Empathy
Empathy
should
should
be
be
first
first. That
because
was
no, no,
so
no, no, no,
toxic. That was so
no,
toxic.
shaming
no,
without
no, 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 no. And I'm gonna tell
respectability
you.
don't even
I'm gonna,
matter.
I'm gonna,
Because
I'm gonna, I'm gonna
empathy and
tell you why.
respect kind of go hand in hand. You cannot
No,
just
no, no.
approach
Wait,
it with
wait,
that
wait,
type
wait,
of.
wait, wait.
Well, AP, what I'm
Sorry,
trying to say,
AP,
I
go
didn't.
ahead.
I didn't.
My bad.
First, I didn't finish the statement
yeah,
before I knew Miss Tatum would end up jumping in. The
Sorry.
state. The statement was, I would start with shame with empathy. I can understand where you're coming from and
Well,
point
you
out
a
your
man. You
negative
supposed
and
to.
point out
You
your
a man.
negative behavior. So, for example, I don't want to say something. Crystal has 3 kids by 3 different men. I can understand that Miss Crystal was lied to by at least 2 of those men, if I had to gauge it.
mhm.
And I can say, you know what? I fully understand some of the things you went through, but you made the decision. So not only did I shame you, but I also acknowledged your plight. And I think that that's what's missing a lot in the space. I can understand your situation. The problem is we never acknowledge in a positive way, or in a way that's digestible. We
I
never
think that a lot of
acknowledge,
people expect that to be common sense. I didn't learn
and
that
it
until
isn't.
I was in customer service. When I was in customer service, that's when I learned how to do that.
Yeah, and it's not common sense, which is why typically Like, there's a reason why my name is DAP. I'm the accountability partner. I got your back. But before we can get there, you have to accept responsibility for your choices. You have to. And leading it all on men, I can't stop, and please forgive me for using this example, Miss Di. I can't stop Miss Di from sleeping with Ray Ray. All I can do is say, Miss Di, that nigga name is Ray Ray. He ain't no good. Now, as a man, I've done my part to let her know that maybe she shouldn't be messing with Ray Ray. It's her responsibility to not mess with Ray Ray. And it's her job to take accountability with whatever happens when she messes with Ray Ray. That's the flaw in the argument, by the way.
Accountability and be realistic.